Hi, today we are going on a cruise with Coronado and his conquistadors. Good afternoon, my name is Carlos Torres, and I am here in southeastern Arizona at the Coronado National Memorial. Now today I will be giving a brief history of Coronado's expedition. I am going to talk about the views and trails that the park has to offer. I will also be talking about the animals, plants, and wildlife. Now, Francisco Valdez de Coronado was in search of these mythical cities of gold that he heard such in Europe. Now, when he passed through these trails, he did not encounter these such cities, but instead what he found was the treasure, which is southeastern Arizona.
Yes, we'll do western here. This one is the Coronado stamp. This is the Arizona Trail stamp. It's a little bit different. You can get some ink on that. Probably will. We are the actual southern terminus. You don't have to. It's already stamped on here. We are the southern terminus of the Arizona Trail. It starts at the border right down here. And I'm going to give you one of these maps because it's got brochure in the map. But down here on the border is Marker 102. It's the very start of the Arizona Trail. It basically goes all the way to the border with Utah.
Now, from the visitor center, I can make a quick little hike to the beginning of the first trail, which is going to be Joe's Canyon Trail. Now, this is a 3.1 mile stretch. The first mile, however, is an incline of roughly 1,000 feet. Now, when you're there, you want to get to the very top to Montezuma's Pass. There at Montezuma's Pass, you can trail off to Coronado's Peak, and that is where I'm going to be heading on the first trail. Now, even though the first mile of Joe's Canyon Trail is a 1,000 foot incline, as you can see, the trail is really nicely marked, and any novice hiker can take this trail with no problem, as long as one is packing water. Now, here on the trails, you run into a lot of plants that are native to this area. This here is the bear grass. It is part of the grass family. It's really thick, and it clumps up. Right here we have the soto cactus. Now this is native to the southwestern United States, and also parts north of Mexico that border us. And here we have a couple of oak trees. And there's another soto cactus. So here we are again on the same trail. Now we're getting a little high in the higher country. We're starting to see some more pine trees, some junipers. Unfortunately, no ponderosa. We're not that high up there. And over here we have an agave plant, which it's also new to me before I moved down to southeastern Arizona. I haven't quite reached my destination, but this here is the San Pedro Valley. Now, the Coronado Memorial wasn't put directly on the path that Coronado would have taken, but it is put in a strategic location to where the San Pedro is right down at the bottom of the valley, and Coronado had a lot of men. He had 660 on horseback, another 68 walking. He had native tribes as allies that were doing the journey with him. He also had cows, dogs, sheep, and chickens. So what he wanted to do was he wanted to travel near the water. That way he can at least give his men and his animals and his allies something to drink. Now, just underneath me here is again the San Pedro Valley that Cortez himself would have taken. Over here is the trail that I took just to even get here. Now, I'd like to talk about some of the animals that reside here in the park. There are coyotes that live here. The first time I saw them, I didn't know what they were. I thought they were some sort of primates from Madagascar. I had no idea. But they're a part of the raccoon family. When I first saw them, all I saw was a big tail sticking out, and they were traveling in packs. I didn't know what it was. I did the research, and that's what it was. I'd never seen one before in my life. Now up here, there's Coues deer, there are mountain lion, there are bobcats, and there are also javelinas. Now, people outside of Arizona see a javelina, and they'll think it's a pig. It has a snout, it has hooves, it has it's furry, so it looks like it's a boar. It has tusks and everything. Now, those are actually more related to the hippo family. I don't know how that happened, but they are, and they are pretty aggressive. Now, it's a beautiful day out. It is February, so it technically would be winter here in southeastern Arizona. So most of the rattlers, all the snakes and reptiles and stuff like that, they're hibernating right now, even though it is a beautiful day. Also, because it is a beautiful day, there are a large number of birds that pass here to get away from the snow and all the winter and stuff. Unfortunately, most of the animals are nocturnal. Actually, fortunate for me, because then I don't get to see the mountain lions and stuff. But there are coyotes around here. There are bear that live here. Bear down here in south and southern Arizona, they do not hibernate because the weather is nice. They can just fatten themselves up and they can just keep eating throughout the winter. The weather allows it for that. But yeah, some of these animals, I'm pretty sure they were foreign to Cortez. Some of them were foreign to me. This park is full of nice animals like that, which they would be foreign to a lot of the visitors out here. So the animals themselves, if you can capture them on camera and stuff, it's worth coming to the park for. Now here we have a sign. This trail takes you to the U.S.-Mexico border. It's only 1 mile away. Now during 1941, USA and Mexico were going to make this an international memorial or monument or a park. But you know, in the 1940s, there was a major conflict called WW2, which kind of made all the other projects get put back to the side. Now in 1951, when the conflict was over, or after the conflict was over, the United States decided to proceed with the park. Now, unfortunately, Mexico did not agree with it. So instead of having an international park, this is just a national park. It's the National Memorial for Coronado. Now to get to Coronado's Peak, it's only 3/10 of a mile away from the trail that I already was on. But in that short span, there's a 500-foot elevation change. So here I have reached the top of the Coronado's Peak, which is a little over 6,500 feet. The last 3/10 of the mile on this hike was the hard part of the hike. Now behind me, as you can see, there is Arizona on this side, and there's Mexico on the other side. In between, there's the wall that already has been built. And this wall was built way before Donald Trump. All right, here I am at Montezuma's Pass. What I like to do is take the Joe's Canyon Trail all the way to the top here at Montezuma's Pass. And then I like to go up and check out the Coronado Peak. But on my way down, as you can see behind me, there's a road. Now there's two ways to get to the pass. The first way is up the trail, like hiking like I did. The other way is by car, and there's a little parking lot right here you can park your car at. So what I like to do is hike up here and then run down the road. The run is a lot easier on the road than it is the trail, and it's all downhill, so it's not hard at all. Behind me is the Coronado Cave. It goes in roughly about 100 meters. It is one of the attractions here at the Coronado Monument. Now, not very many animals live in there. The occasional bats and crickets live in there, but there are some pillars in there, and I strongly recommend you take a flashlight once you're in there. Otherwise, it's pitch black. You won't be able to see anything. And here's another view of inside the cave a little ways. Now I just got done doing a 7.5 mile hike here at the Coronado National Monument. Coronado did come to these lands in search of cities of riches and wealth and gold, but he didn't find it. He did leave us his scenic treasures and animals and plants and everything. My challenge to the class, my challenge to everybody is find a person in history, walk in his shoes, walk his path. If he was an explorer, just take his route, whether if it was a body of water, a path, a trail, or something. Try to get into their head, try to pick at their brain a little bit, see what they were thinking, and just imagine there are no buildings around, there's nothing around, just a few indigenous people in a very strange land. You'll see you'll be very entertained as I was when I first made this walk. Thank you.